Hey babes, it's me, Dr. Tiff. Let me free you from a lie real quick, okay? Saying I'm done, it's over, I'm walking away does not make you a quitter. Sometimes it means you finally stopped quitting on yourself. Some of you have stayed in relationships, in friendships, at jobs, in spaces, with family, with friends, even at churches, honey, in groups, in sororities. Okay? You've been in spaces and places way past the expiration date because you're terrified of being the one who left. You don't want to be the bad Christian for leaving your marriage. You don't want to be the difficult daughter, the black sheep of the family, the woman who gave up on her marriage and her family. So you stay and you slowly are dying inside. If this sounds like you, I want you to lean in today. I want you to keep listening. I have 4 crystal clear signs to know if the relationship is over, whichever relationship it is. You'll walk away from this episode knowing if your relationship might be over, and how to bring clarity, honesty, and calm to your inner situation. Let's go. Hi, I'm Dr. Tiff, your relationship transformation coach. I've spent the past 20 years working with high-achieving women just like you who are crushing it in every area of their lives, everywhere except their relationships. And look, I get it. Finding the one ain't easy, and relationships are hard, but you know what's even harder? Cycling through the bad ones, or worse, staying in relationships when you already know they're not a good fit. You want a relationship of ease, uncomplicated, someone to love you down, but instead you've been suffering through bad dates, sexual incompatibility, and someone who might be good for somebody, but not for you. And if we're really being honest, you know that deep down, the work that really needs to be done starts and ends with you. If you're done wasting time in dead-end relationships and sick of looking for, chasing after, or trying to convince somebody to be the one, and you're ready to become the one, then baby, you're in the right place. So prop your feet and let's clink glasses, because I'm giving you the tea and the tips to fix your relationships. Let's go. Welcome back to Fix Your Relationships Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Tiffany Davis Henry. You guys can call me Dr. Tiff. Today, we're talking about something a lot of us think quietly, but we rarely say out loud, and that is, I'm done. Okay? I've had enough. I'm not doing this no more. Okay? I'm done. Not I'm mad, not I'm taking a break for a week. I mean that deep soul level, I cannot keep doing this. This is breaking me. If I stay here, I will not like the woman I become. Okay? That is what you are saying on the inside, and yet you don't leave. Because in your head, the good church girl voice inside of you is saying, you know what, girl? 1 Corinthians 13, love perseveres. You're supposed to stick it out. We talked about that a few weeks ago. I think that was episode 77, when we talked about unconditional love not meaning unconditional access. So you've got that church voice, that history going on inside of your head saying that you have to stay in this relationship because a Christian woman does not leave. You can't walk out. You have that I'm not a quitter voice inside your head saying you just need to try harder, baby. You always push through. So just keep at it. It's going to turn around eventually. Then you have the what will other people think voice inside your head. You're thinking that people will judge you, that they're going to talk about you. They're going to talk about you anyway, sis. You're thinking that they'll label you as the villain. Sweetie, if that's what you think, they're going to do that regardless. Okay? So you stay, not because it's healthy for you, not because God told you to, even though you told yourself that he wants you to stay, but because your identity is wrapped up in, I don't leave, I never give up, I can handle anything, I can do it all, I'm gonna conquer this, I am not a quitter, I am not a failure. Well, today I want us to gently and honestly ask ourselves, what if leaving isn't you failing the relationship, okay? What if staying is failing you? All right, I'm already preaching, but I don't have my full preacher's hat on today. I just got on my choir robe, okay? So I'm not going to go too deep. I won't go too deep today. I've been doing the most over these past couple of weeks. And I'm a tame it, okay? I'm going to tame it. All right, there is a difference between quitting on a whim because you don't want to do any more work, and leaving after you've tried, you've prayed, you've talked, and the situation is still costing you your good nerves, your sanity, your safety, and your spirit. There's a difference. We lump those things together and call it all quitting, but they are not the same. Sometimes you are not giving up on love. You are finally giving up on abuse, giving up on trauma. You are not walking away from God's plan. You are walking away from something that God never planned for you to live in forever. You are not breaking the family. You are breaking a generational pattern of women suffering in silence. I say this to my clients all the time. Staying is not always the God choice, okay? It's not always the best thing for you. Sometimes staying is the trauma choice. Staying in places where you are constantly disrespected, your boundaries are ignored, your body is unsafe, your spirit is constantly crushed. That is not loyalty. It is not ride or die. It is not being faithful. A lot of times it's fear and conditioning dressed up as, I'm just trying to be a good woman. I'm doing what the Lord would have me to do. And God is like, daughter, my good sis, I did not send my son to die on the cross for you to be up here living like this. Now, I'm not sitting here to tell you. I know that was a lot. I'm reeling it back in. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to leave everybody. That is not my job. Do not pack everything up after listening to this little sermonette today. Don't pack your bags. Don't leave your note. I'm not telling you to leave. That is not my job. What I am here to do today is help you ask better questions about the situation that you are currently in. Let's talk about some signs, okay, that this season is over, that this relationship might be over. This season with this person is over, even if your fear is telling you to stay, okay? I want you to just listen and let your body react to these, okay? Don't argue with any of them yet. You'll have your opportunity. I'm going to lay these signs out. And you just recognize the feeling that your body feels as I say these signs. If you recognize them, if they resonate, if a hit dog is hollering, okay? Sign number 1, that this season might be over. You've had the same conversation 20 times and nothing has changed. Not, we had one fight and now I'm mad, but that same painful pattern, you've already named it. You've explained how it made you feel. You cried about it, you compromised, and there has been no sustained change in their behavior, their willingness to own it, or even their effort to grow through it. At some point, you're not in a relationship, you're in a rerun, sis. If you've done this 20 times, if you've already said it, they've already heard you. They've just chosen to stay where they are. And you guys know, once somebody makes a decision about who they are, then it is our opportunity, our right, and our choice to decide if we want to stay in that situation. The onus is on you. All right, number 2, the number 2 sign that this season is over, this relationship or season is over. You don't recognize yourself anymore. You used to have joy, be happy all the time, smile and laugh and play. You used to be funny, life of the party. You used to be so creative. You used to pray every day, okay, and know that God was going to be right on time and answer every prayer. And now you're anxious. You lead with anxiety. You feel numb. You snapping at everybody. You're spiritually dry. Okay, you hear yourself saying things that you don't even believe anymore, just so you can keep the peace, just so you can keep this relationship together. If staying is costing you, that is a sign. That is data. That is telling. He wants you to be you. He created you to be you. If someone is dimming your light, if they're diminishing who you are, if they're stamping out your joy, your creativity, your humor, your soul, you cannot stay in that place because you're not being who God created you to be. All right, number 3. I'm rolling through these because I could talk all day on each of these, but I told y'all I wasn't going to preach a sermon today. All right, number 3, the third sign that this season is over, this relationship might be over. You're the only one doing the work. Now, if you attended More Love, Less Hustle last month, the month of February, we did about 6 or 7 different trainings for More Love, Less Hustle. This is what it was all about. You are the only one doing the work, okay? Over-functioning, over-performing. You've invested a lot in the relationship, but you're not getting a return, okay? You know there's a problem in the relationship, and you've read the books. You've listened to all the podcasts. You're listening right now to Fix Your Relationships podcast. You've listened to all the podcasts. You done went to therapy. Matter of fact, you found the therapist. You did the heavy lifting. You apologize first. You bend and twist and strategize. And they apologize to end the argument, honey. Not because they're ready to change or that they will change. They start to weaponize your growth against you. Oh, you've been listening to that podcast, I see. Oh, what, you a therapist now? Just because you've been to therapy? Or they stay exactly the same. Two people are required to build a healthy relationship. One person can't drag that relationship to health by themselves, okay? Sign number 4, and this is the last one. You feel more relief in imagining being out of the relationship than you do imagining staying in. When you close your eyes and picture 5 years from now, being still like this, still in this same situation, again, I told you this at the top of this. You recognize what your body just did, okay? What did your body just do when I said that? 5 years from now, I am in the same place. I'm experiencing the same thing. We're going through talking about doing the same thing, having the same argument, me still feeling the same way. How do you feel about that? How do you feel? But now I want you to imagine 5 years from now on the other side of this, healed, peaceful, happy, emotionally regulated. What does that feel like? Something inside of you, I am almost betting, just exhaled. You let it out. It feels so good. That doesn't mean leaving is going to be easy. It doesn't mean leaving is going to be painless. But it does mean your soul, your body, your spirit, God is telling you the truth about what you need to do. A lot of us already know that we need to leave. We need to get ourselves out of a particular situation. We don't want to be labeled a quitter. We're calling ourselves a failure. But what's the truth? What's the truth? Many of us already have that nudge. Many of us already know. And we know because God has been telling us this all this time. This is not right. This is not what I want you. Again, Jesus did not die on the cross for you to be in this type of mess. Okay? He did not. You know, your gut has been telling you all this time that you gotta go. You gotta get out of this situation. It's time. But you're scared. You're fearful. You don't want another failed relationship. Honey, you're staying. And it's still a failed relationship. It's still a failed relationship, whether you stay or go. So why subject yourself to this? All right. Again, I'm not telling you to leave. I am not. I'm telling you to make decisions for yourself, better decisions. And I'm giving you signs that this season might be over. All right. Hey babes, taking a quick break to talk to you about the One Within 30-Day Reset, my one-of-a-kind guided journaling experience. If you are someone who is determined to improve your relationships in 2026, but also want to make sure that you don't neglect yourself in the process, I'd love to see you inside this program. I designed the One Within 30-Day Reset for women just like you, strong, hyper-independent, crushing it at work, living your dreams. But if we're really being honest, things are a little lacking in the love department. You know that there's probably some self-work that you need to do. Maybe you've been putting it off because you're not quite sure where to start. Well, that's where the One Within steps in. If you can spare just 5 to 10 minutes a day, I'll help you identify the patterns and triggers holding you back in your relationships, help you to set better boundaries and end the cycles of self-sabotage and missed red flags. I'll help you embrace the personal growth strategies necessary to stop making the same mistakes over and over again and to start calling in that love we both know you deserve. And remember, this is a guided experience. I'm not just handing out blank sheets of paper and telling you to scribble your hopes and dreams. Each day, I'm providing you with thought-provoking prompts designed to really tap into what's kept you feeling stuck in your relationships. In addition, you're going to get daily video messages from me, get full access to our private community, group coaching calls, bonuses, and so much more. If you're ready to sign up or just need more information, head on over to drtiffanyhenry.com/theonewithin. Now back to the show. You guys know, if you're going to listen to this podcast from this point forward, really, always come with a pen and paper because I'm going to have you write some things down. okay? Just come as you are, but with pen and paper, all right? So it's time to let's take what we've just talked about and just reflect on it, okay? Grab your journal, grab your pen, grab your paper, notepad, whatever, okay? And I have some questions that I want you to write down, and I want you to, if you can, go ahead and do this work right now. Let's go ahead and get it done. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. If you are not in a position to do this work right now, I just ask that you come back to it later. Certainly, if you're driving, don't wreck your car trying to do this mess. I really need you to focus on what you're doing and come back to this later. All right. Question number 1. Okay. Where am I staying because I'm afraid of what leaving will say about me? Where am I staying because I'm afraid of what leaving is going to say about me? Okay. Is it that they'll think I'm a bad Christian, if I leave this marriage? Okay. Is it that my family will say that I'm the reason that it's broken now? And I don't want that burden. Am I afraid that people are going to judge me for another breakup or another divorce? Many people stay in marriages, not because they love this person, but because they've had to end multiple marriages or multiple relationships, and they don't want the label of having another failed one. But sweetie, I just said it, it's already failed, whether you leave or not. Is it that you're staying because you don't want to admit that you chose wrong? Your ego is making you stay, and you just don't want to admit, man, I shouldn't have done this. Or do you not want to admit that the people that loved you down, that really had your back, that told you, girl, I don't think this is it. I don't really think you should do this. This ain't healthy. This ain't what you want. Is it that you don't want to admit that they were right? Write it down. Okay? Don't filter yourself. This is your journal. It's between you and you. I say that every week. All right. Second question. What versions of me is being slowly sacrificed to keep this thing going? What versions of me, how am I, my being, my person, my personality, everything that I am, how is it being slowly sacrificed just to keep this relationship going? Who is disappearing so that this relationship can stay alive? Okay. Have I killed my peace? Is it ruining my health? Has it robbed me of joy? Have I had to set aside my dreams? Has it changed my relationship with God? You used to read your devotion every morning and pray every night, and now you just act like you don't know nobody. Okay? Name it. What has this relationship caused you to sacrifice about you? Something that you miss. Something that other people love and appreciate, that you've abandoned. Write it down. All right. And the last question, third question, last question. If I believe that leaving could be an act of self-respect, what would I allow myself to consider? If I believe that leaving could be an act of self-respect, what would I allow myself to consider? Not I'm packing my bags today, okay? Again, I'm saying it. I am not telling you to leave. I'm not saying pack your bags, okay? That is a decision that you make, okay? Not me, you. Not saying pack your bag. But if you believed that leaving could be the act of self-respect for you, what would you allow yourself to consider in this moment? What would you start praying about? What information would you need to start gathering? Who might I need? Who do you think you need on your support team? What plan would you like to have in place? Okay. If you allowed yourself, if you gave yourself permission to think about this, to believe this, to believe that you didn't have to stay in this, write freely. Just write it down. This is your journal, guys. You write down what you feel, okay? It's yours. It's yours. It's between you and you. All right. Now, I'm not going to leave here. I'm not going to leave you here with these feelings. It's a lot. I want you to take one small shift. Make one small move this week, okay? Here's what I'd like for you to do. I want you to give yourself permission to tell the truth. Give yourself permission to tell the truth to yourself about where you are, not your mama. You ain't got to tell your pastor either. Please don't put it on Instagram. This is between you and you, okay? Tell yourself the truth. Give yourself permission to tell the truth about who you are, and what you're going through. Your truth might be, this is not working for me anymore. I am not okay, and I haven't been okay for a long time. Your truth might be, if nothing changes in this next year, I don't want to be in the same place. If that is your truth, If that's what you come up with, this is the reality of what I am living in right now. This is how I really feel about where I am and where this relationship is. If that's it, your small shift, okay? Small. I'm not talking about a big move, okay? I'm talking about a small little thing that we can do this week. Your small shift might look like writing it all down, being honest in your journal, writing that down. Okay? It might mean saying out loud to yourself or in the mirror, I am not crazy. This really does hurt. And I've been hurting for some time now. Okay? It might be praying. It might be reconnecting with God and saying, God, if this season is over, please show me. And if it's not, please show me that too. Okay? You don't have to move out today. I'm not encouraging anybody to end their relationships, cut people off. Not saying that at all. You don't have to move out today, but you do have to move out of denial because the clarity is the first step in owning this pattern. And it's the first step in the one framework. This is what I do each and every day with the people that I work with. If this topic today, if this discussion brought up a lot for you, I want you to know two things. Number one, you are not alone, sis. You are not alone. And number two, you are not crazy for wanting peace. You are not here to prove how much you can endure. We all know you is strong, you is kind, you is important, okay? We don't have to wear the cape all the time. You're not here to prove that you can endure anything and everything. You are here to become who God actually called you to be. If you're ready to sit down with these questions for real, not just for the 20 minutes or so that we've been talking, but day after day with support and guidance. That's exactly why I created the One Within 30-Day Reset. Inside the One Within, we spend 30 straight days owning your patterns, getting honest about where you've been, about where you've been quitting on yourself, and gently and consistently shifting how you show up in relationships, starting with the one that you have with you. If your spirit, okay, after today, listening to all this mess, okay, if your spirit is saying, yes, Dr. Tiff, okay, I hear you. I know I need it. You can get all of the details and join at drtiffanyhenry.com/theonewithin. That's drtiffanyhenry.com/theonewithin. I'm going to put that link in the show notes, but you can go straight there and get more information about the One Within. It's our 30-day guided journaling program. The content is very much like what we've done here. There's daily videos. You're going to get daily messages from me where you can do this work and come out on the other side of this in 30 days. All right, babes. Saying I'm done does not make you a quitter. It does not make you a failure, okay? Sometimes it makes you the bravest woman in the room. And I am so proud of the woman that you are becoming. Remember that you are not here to hustle for love. You're not here to do all the work with nothing in return. You are here to be loved fully as the woman that you are becoming. I cannot wait to see you again next week and hopefully in the One Within 30-Day Reset. All right? I'll talk to you soon. Ciao. Hey, babe, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. My goal with this podcast is to bless you with information that helps you fix those relationships that are most important to you, but not before you do the self-work needed to make sure that those relationships thrive. If this episode was exactly what you needed, then guess what? Somebody else probably needs it too. So do me and them a favor. Please share this episode with your good girlfriend and let her know about the podcast. And while you're at it, hop on over to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. This really helps to grow the podcast and puts it right in front of other women who are desperate to work on their relationships and themselves. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to join our community of like-minded women all on a journey to become the one. You can sign up for free at becometheone.myflowdesk.com/email. I know that's a lot, so just go on over to the show notes and click that link there. Thanks again for listening to Fix Your Relationships with Dr. Tiff. I'll see you right back here next week.